Progressive Skills in English, Level 1 Coursebook.
Episode 2. As you will watch, we must understand definition in a talk. To apply, let's check the following exercise in page 12. First, circle the correct word or phrase in each sentence. 1. A lecturer is a university teacher. 2. An assignment is a piece of work to do on your own. 3. A hall of residence is a place for students to live on a campus. 4. Waiters are workers in restaurant. 5. Resources are things to help with studying. 6. Journals are academic magazines. 7. Fees are money for courses. Now, we will watch some photos on the screen. Below each photo, think enough, then check definition below.
Track 1.10.
1.
Sports center.
It's a place for tennis and squash and football.
2.
A librarian.
It's a person in charge of a library.
3.
A lecture.
It's a place for lectures.
4.
A degree.
It's a certificate for a university course.
5.
A cafeteria.
It's a restaurant for students. You usually serve yourself.
6.
A theater.
It's a place for plays and sometimes music concerts.
7.
A lab.
It's a place for experiments.
8.
A field trip.
It's work outside the university. You visit a place and do research.
9.
A projector.
It's a machine for showing slides, from PowerPoint, for example.
10.
A graduate.
It's a person with a degree.
We can define new words. Now, a short conversation is to be held between two students asking each other to get some definitions.
What is a creche?
It's a place to leave children for several hours.
What are gyms?
They're places to do exercise.
What is a food court?
It's a place with lots of different restaurants.
What is a laundrette?
It's a place to wash clothes.
What are fees?
They're money for a course.
Our point to come is to make gerunds. A gerund is a verb with ing. For example, learn, learning, make, making, sit, sitting, write, writing, revise, revising, begin, beginning, feel, feeling, study, studying, say, saying, buy, buying, die, dying, listen, listening. Listen to the following, then complete each definition.
Track 1.11. A.
Revising. It's going over something again, something you have studied before.
B.
Contributing. It means taking part in something, like a tutorial. It means giving your ideas or your opinion.
C.
Parting. It means saying goodbye.
D.
Graduating. It means getting your degree and leaving university.
E.
Advising. It is telling someone what to do.
F.
Disagreeing. It is saying you don't agree.
Definition for gerunds appearing on the screen after hearing the question.
What is revising?
Revising is going over something again, something you have studied before.
What is contributing?
It's taking part in something like a tutorial. It means giving your opinion.
What is parting?
It means saying goodbye.
What is grading?
Grading is evaluating students and mentoring them.
What is advising?
It is telling someone what to do.
What is disagreeing?
It is saying you don't agree.
We will follow up with more exercises from workbook to revise all what we covered so far. Let's activate our knowledge. Now you will watch two students discussing some statements about education.
At school, English is more useful than mathematics.
There is no point in studying art at school.
Writing is the most difficult skill in English.
A teacher should explain everything to students.
At both university and school, you have lessons and homework.
A university education is not right for everyone.
Some students were listening to the previous statements. Do they agree? Do they disagree? We will see. Let's watch a conversation.
Track 2.
1.
At school, English is more useful than mathematics.
I think that's true.
Actually, I don't agree. Maths is much more useful than English.
2.
There is no point in studying art at school.
I think art is important. Everybody needs an art education.
But not modern art. That's awful.
3.
Writing is the most difficult skill in English.
No, it isn't, because you can think about writing. Speaking is more difficult.
I agree. Speaking is the most difficult skill.
4.
A teacher should explain everything to the students.
No, not everything. We need to work things out for ourselves.
Yes, that's right. Teachers should help you, but they shouldn't explain everything.
5.
At both university and school, you have lessons and homework.
It's true, really.
Yes, but they have different names. They are called lectures and assignments.
6.
A university education is not right for everyone.
I absolutely agree with that. Some people should not go on to university.
Yes, mechanics and plumbers and electricians don't need a university education, for example.
Dear students, do you remember our vocabulary boxes? Let's check some of them. As usual, our vocabulary box will appear on the screen. Vocabulary box: academic, accommodation, campus, faculty, fresher, lecturer, lecture, projector, semester, staff. Exercise B, workbook on page 6. It will appear on the screen. Complete each sentence with a word or a phrase from the vocabulary box. A. The academic year in my country starts in October. All the university students go back then. B. When does the second semester start? It is in February. C. Which lecture are you in? Education, mathematics, or modern language? D. Which lecturer gives the science in education lectures? E. How many staff are in the Faculty of Education? I mean, how many people work there? F. Where is the student accommodation at this university? Where do the students live? G. This is a large campus. There are 10 faculty buildings, the library, the resources center, and the students' union. A university student is called a fresher in the first year. Now, listen to 2 words or phrases. Think well and let us know what is the connection between each pair.
Track 4.
What's the connection between history and mathematics?
They're both subjects.
Begin and end.
That one's easy. They're opposites. What about lecturer and teacher?
They both teach.
Yes, but a lecturer teaches at a university and a teacher works in a school.
In charge of and responsible for.
They're the same. They mean do a job.
Well, they're not quite the same, are they? In charge of goes with a place or group of people, like he's in charge of the library, whereas responsible for goes with an action or a thing, doesn't it? She's responsible for the schedule. Head and in charge of.
That's easy too. They're the same.
Well, not quite. You use them differently, don't you? You say, she is the head of year 1, or she is in charge of year 1. Yes, head is a noun, so we can say the head.
Accommodation and hall of residence?
They're both places to live.
Accommodation is more general, I think. Yes, hall of residence is for students at a college or a university.
Now, 2 of our students will apply what they have heard.
How do you see history and maths?
They're both subjects.
What about start and finish?
An easy one. They're opposites.
Nouns can become verbs. Verbs can become nouns. Complete the table. Accommodation, accommodate. Assignment, assign. Contribution, contribute. Participation, participate. Projector, project.
We finished with Renda and you are now with me, and then let's go to page number 9. We will discuss prepositions. You know that we have prepositions for time, for place, for many usages in English language. Here is talking about for or of. He's responsible for the resource center. I'm the head of your faculty. In other words, she's in charge of your fees. The hall of residence is accommodation for students. The second part here would be using head of or in charge of or responsible for to complete the sentence. Like, for example, a resource manager or a resource center manager is in charge of a resource center. What's a counselor or a chancellor? What's a lecturer? I'll do this for you. He is responsible for giving lectures. I'll leave a dean for you. And a librarian. I'll do a librarian with you. A librarian is in charge of borrowing books. Now I want to do an important part on page 8. Exercise B1. The noun and the verb. Nouns can become verbs, and verbs can become nouns. Like, accommodate is the verb. If it is a noun, it will be accommodation. Assignment is a verb. No, it's a noun. And the verb would be assign. Thank you. Contribute is a verb. And the noun is contribution. This is great. Participation is a noun. And the verb is participate. Projector is a noun and the verb is project. How to check them? Is it guessing? No, it is not guessing. It's adding suffixes and prefixes. But I will talk about this more after that. But for now, you have to check your dictionary to give you the noun and the verb in the right way. Thank you so much.